Hi, my name's Azalea. If you're watching this, you probably already know my name, or maybe you don't, but today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me / makeup tutorial because people have been kind of asking me for a makeup tutorial, like 3 people, that's it. I want to do a makeup tutorial while I talk about me being pregnant. I am currently 17 years old. I live in Canada and I am a pregnant woman. So the first thing that I start with in my makeup routine, which is the most important step, is definitely your skin preparation. I'm just gonna moisturize my face, all over my face, like wherever I need to, doesn't matter. Literally, I'm talking to a camera and I'm getting the worst secondhand embarrassment of my life from MAC, and I use it mainly on my under eyes, nose. So I'm gonna be doing my eyebrows now. While I do my eyebrows, it's kind of self-explanatory. I use the Tattoo Studio by Maybelline, like, yeah, this thing. While I'm doing them, I'm going to share with you guys how I found out I was pregnant. When I found out I was pregnant, it was more of an instinct thing. It wasn't like oh, I know I'm pregnant. Like, I honestly doubted it. I kept seeing babies, like I kept seeing strollers and babies one day. I kept seeing angel numbers that were the meaning, like, oh, you have significant change coming, like change. Even then I didn't like really think. I was like, nah, there's no way I'm pregnant. Like, I took certain precautions. I was like, there's no way. Like, I'm not pregnant. So one morning I was on my way to school. I asked my grandma to go to Starbucks, which is like close to my school, and I really wanted like this breakfast sandwich from there, just randomly. For some reason, the smell of the sandwich just absolutely disgusted me. I didn't want to eat it. I couldn't even eat it. Like, and I went to my second period. I was sitting there and I was just, suddenly I was overthinking insanely. I think I texted my friend and I was like, I'm late for my period like 2 days, but like that's not really a red flag. I don't know, like I think I should get a test. I always like made jokes to myself, like me and my cousin would make jokes, like imagine, you know, one of us got pregnant or something. But it was literally always a joke. Like, I never imagined that would be me. I had a friend, another friend in school, who I asked, oh, do you have a test? And she was like, yeah, I do. And so I went to use it in the school washroom, but it was expired, the pregnancy test, and I didn't know, so nothing showed up. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go buy my own test at the pharmacy. So I walked to the pharmacy at lunch and I bought myself a test, and I went to Starbucks, which is right across from the pharmacy, and I like drank a whole bunch of water, and I was like, you know, I already know when I take this test it's gonna be negative. Like, there's absolutely no way. I couldn't even, like, there was no way I was pregnant. I peed on the stick, not even 15 seconds. I didn't have to wait like the full, I think it's a minute. Immediately it turned positive, and I was sitting there in the Starbucks washroom like,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I just honestly couldn't believe it. Honestly, I really couldn't believe it. So I'm thinking, oh my god, this isn't crazy. Like, and I was like, no, I don't believe it. So I was like, I'm gonna take another test. I took the second one in the box, again, immediately positive. So I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm pregnant. First person I called was my cousin, and she was like, oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna carve out my eyebrows now. I use the Too Faced concealer for literally everything. I'm a horrible YouTuber. I look like a crazy person. This is literally how I leave my eyebrows. I do my face makeup and then I blend this in a bit, and then I'm probably gonna darken up some spots that didn't really, like, they're not giving. So now I'm using the Illuminizer cream by MAC. No, strobe cream by MAC. Sorry. Love MAC strobe cream. Like, I love it so much. So anyways, first time I got I was pregnant, I was like, oh my god, my mom's gonna kill me, because my mom was a teen mom. I was the product of a teen pregnancy at the same high school, actually, which isn't really funny, it's just like a fact. Just felt like I was gonna disappoint her because she worked super hard, coming from that teen mom point of view. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Venti Beauty skin tint, and I'm mixing it with the MAC Studio Fix skin tint. I don't want anyone to come home, because if they come home and I'm filming this, it just feels so embarrassing. Like, imagine you're filming a YouTube video and your like family just hears you talking to yourself in your room. Now I'm gonna blend the concealer up here on my forehead. I didn't know what I was gonna do, what decision I was gonna make, what people were gonna think. I was honestly really nervous about the whole thing. The more days I sat on it, I obviously heard the opinion from the father of my child. I knew that he wasn't gonna want me to keep the baby. I didn't think that he was gonna understand where I was coming from. And I was honestly just worried about what the future was gonna look like, even with him, because, you know, we weren't together at the time. When it came to telling my mom, I wasn't with my mom. My mom was at work and I was in the city, staying at my cousin's house. I needed her opinion, her advice. It was on a Thursday when I just couldn't hold it anymore, and I told my mom, I need you to pick me up after you finish work. I need you to come. I have to talk to you about something really serious. Like, I need you to come. She's like, okay, it better not be anything stupid. And I'm like, it's not stupid. And she's like, okay, I'm coming. So she comes, and I remember I walk outside to her car, and I got in the car. Immediately, within like not even 5 seconds, I just started bawling my eyes out, like bawling my eyes out. Concealer, and I'm just putting my regular concealer on now. I remember just saying, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to disappoint you. I know this is gonna be disappointing. And I just kept saying I'm sorry. And she's like, for what? She's like, can you tell me? Like, and I was like, Mom, like, you have to know. I was like, I know you know what it is. And I feel like most parents would be like, you're pregnant. She really did not think that that is something that would have happened. But eventually she was like, what, are you pregnant? And I was like, I didn't say anything. And she was like, you're pregnant? And I was like, she drove me to the nearest Shoppers to take a different test where it tells you like how far along you are. So it'll say like 2 weeks pregnant, 3 weeks, or I think it's 4+. She got me that test and it said 4+, and she was just like, she didn't even know what to say. Literally, it's like it's not like me at all to come out with something as shocking. I'm putting contour on my nose right now. LA Girl concealer. Even though my mom was really upset, maybe disappointed in the moment, I knew that if anybody was going to understand what I was going through and what I was feeling, it was going to be my mom. She was probably disappointed in me just because I wasn't honest with her about a lot of things. There was no reason for me to not be honest with my mom, because she always set up such a like very comforting environment with her, and told me I could always talk to her. Being like a teenager, sometimes even if you feel like you have the most comfortable support system to talk to, there's just some things you just don't want to talk about, like that just feel so awkward and weird. If I could go back, I would talk to her about a lot more. As much as things are awkward and weird, it's worth it to get more support on things, and it's worth it to take advantage of the support if you have it. It probably would have prevented a lot of situations that I went through that were hard. And I'm not talking about just being pregnant, just in general. My grade 11 year, I think, was filled with like a lot of unhappy moments. I wanted to kind of figure out my decision before telling anyone else, but you know, sometimes things in life just don't happen the way you want. So a lot of people in my family ended up finding out pretty fast. I ended up having to go talk to the father of my child, like his mom, and so basically soon everybody knew. You know, like my mom told me, well, you have to make your decision. I can't be the one that does that for you. And you know, as much as whatever she may think is best for me, ultimately it's my choice, right? I heard like maybe 2 opinions that were different, where it was like, no, you have to do this, you know, no, you have to, like I heard like I was gonna ruin my life, and you know, all of these things that could potentially be true. So I'm gonna put more here. So I think my family was really scared for me, which rightfully so, they should have been. It was probably one of the hardest times of my life, thinking about what I was gonna do. My heart was telling me, you know, I want to keep this baby, you know, but a lot of people don't. Maybe the father of my child doesn't want this baby. I'm not saying that that's what he said, but I'm saying like that's what I was thinking, like, you know, I feel like he won't. And it felt like a big ball of like, what the hell do I do? There was a point where I considered getting an abortion. Personally, abortion just wasn't, it's just not something I could do. I felt like I had went through a really hard year, and as much as being pregnant at a young age may seem like a horrible thing to some people, to me it felt like maybe I was meant to get pregnant. Maybe this was maybe this is my path. Maybe I'm meant to be a mother. Maybe this baby is my blessing, that I don't know it's a blessing, but it's a blessing in disguise. Like, in my opinion, I feel as though the baby I am carrying, he is a blessing in my life. This is something that I need. Not everyone can understand it. Not everyone will. And that's okay. I know that it was even hard for my own family to process, my decision. I cannot even begin to explain how grateful I am for my family. I'm just so grateful to have such a beautiful support system. I'm even grateful for the friends that I have and the sweet things that, people have done for me and said to me. In a lot of ways, I've gotten a lot of backlash. I've received a lot of criticism. I've been told a lot of hurtful things. Seeing my family come around, even if they didn't agree, and still support me and tell me that they love me and they're gonna love my baby, really made me feel like so strong. And it made me not care about anything else that was going on, any of the negative. I'm setting my face, by the way, and I'm using the Fit Me powder in the shade Fair, because I'm pregnant. So you guys, I cry over everything. You know what? At the end of the day, things happen. At this point, I wouldn't take it back. Going to the ultrasounds, being there, going through it, and hearing my baby's heartbeat, seeing my baby's face. With all of these beautiful things, there's so much struggle. There's so many things that have been hard. It's not an ideal situation. There's many opinions. There's a lot of anger. The True Match Lumi Bronze. It's even starting school. I started school literally yesterday, guys. And that was probably one of my hardest days ever. It went okay in the beginning, and then everything went downhill. Now I am 18 weeks pregnant, which is 4 months. Pregnancy wise, it's been an okay pregnancy. I get morning sickness. I think for me, it's been more emotionally hard. When you're going through a pregnancy alone, you don't have a partner. Being on social media, you see so many things, you see so many pregnancies, and you see the things that other pregnant women get. So that can be really hard to look at or watch. Going to the appointments alone, and just kind of being forced to respect. I'm using the Dior blush. Sorry, guys. I can't even see the shade, but it's this color. I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty highlight. It's actually my cousin's. She's gonna be like, and then on my eyebrows, my brow bone. Would like to start someone just came home. I would like to start recording my journey being pregnant, and I would like to just share my story. This is this eyeliner. So when I'm talking, sometimes I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Like this. Went to the ultrasounds. They're like, oh, your baby's already growing cheeks. I look crazy like this, guys. This is not okay. They were like, your baby's already growing cheeks. It was 17 weeks when I went. They're like, at 17 weeks, it's just skin and bones, and your baby already has cheeks. And I was like, oh, thanks. Definitely for me. He's a boy. I have a few names in mind. I'm excited to meet my son. I'm excited to raise him, just teach him so many things. I want him to be very smart. I want him to be respectful. I feel like I've always wanted to be a mom. My whole life, I've loved children. I'm very family oriented. I'm using the telescopic mascara. When I had posted my gender reveal video on TikTok, I had a girl from America reach out to me, and she shared with me that she was also 17 and pregnant. She wanted to reach out to me and maybe be friends with me because no one else knew she was pregnant, and to see someone else that was going through the same thing as her. We became friends. I shared with her stories about my pregnancy. She shared with me stories about hers, and it was honestly really cute. I'm not feeling lip liner right now, so I'm just gonna put lip gloss. Take this powder highlight. I don't know where this is from. Moon Dust, it's called. I don't know. Then I'm gonna use this LA Girl setting spray, which is sparkly to make me look shiny. That's it. Usually I put on fake lashes. I put on these. Should I do it? I don't know. So sometimes I'll add like wing liner because that always looks so good, but I don't want to. I'm gonna end the video here just because there's not much else for me to say. And so if you stayed until the end, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that the next video I make you can come back and watch. Please like the video, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Join me on my pregnancy journey. You know, I'm gonna be updating. Hopefully people want to see. My name is Azalea, once again. Some people call me Zizi. If you want to call me Zizi, call me Zizi. That's it. Bye.